What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for stopping by to check out this Fallout 76 video. And in today's video, I am going back into the raids up against the Guardian to see which heavy gun is the best heavy hitter of season 22. And what I'm taking with me is the Gatling Plasma and the Gauss minigun to see who is the king. After everything everyone is saying about these two weapons, I really want to put them head to head in a completely raw scenario, which means going into the raids with no food buffs, no chem buffs, no bobbleheads, no magazines, and no teams. Straight up raw. Nothing to benefit me whatsoever other than the weapons and my armor. And I'm going to be using a Furious Prime Gauss minigun with the Furious mod, rapid, VATS optimized, and pinpointers with the tri-barrel and the prime capacitor. And I'm telling you what, this thing is an absolute beast. It really is. This thing has really become one of the best heavy guns that you can have in Fallout 76, especially with the new season and all the perk card updates. This thing is an absolute killer, taking down pretty much everything there is in the game with ease. But I don't want to leave out the Gatling Plasma, because this is the OG. This is the weapon that everybody wanted last season, that everybody was farming all of these mods to get, to have this beast of a weapon. So we have to still see how well this weapon will perform up against the Gauss minigun with the same build: Furious, rapid, VATS optimized, and pinpointers with prime receiver, rifle barrel, stinging core, and the accelerated nozzle. This is the same setup that I had used in a bunch of previous videos of a heavy gunner build. And I actually still swear by this weapon. I mean, I love my Gatling Plasma. But first off, we're going to go with the Gauss minigun, and we're going to see how fast this gun can take down the Guardian. And like I said, I'm going in straight raw. You call it straight raw dog if you want to, because there's no team. There's no food buffs. There's no chem buffs. There is no bobbleheads. There is no magazines. I'm not doing any of it. I'm going straight up El Solo Lobo, right? To take down the Guardian and see how fast we can do it and what our time is actually going to be. And kind of pay attention to how much damage we're doing with this weapon. So I'm just going to do bullet shield. It's the easiest way to pretty much take down the shield for the Guardian these days. So we're just going to go ahead and take the damage, watch the shield go down. This is all in the adventure server, so the Guardian can be temperamental if it wants to with its shield system, but it looks like it's working pretty well for us here. The shield is down. We're going to crouch just to get that sneak damage. And we are getting some pretty good numbers. I mean, like I said, no buffs, no nothing, no team. So this is just a straight up perk card and weapon build with your armor. That is it. And it is doing some pretty good damage. It really is, especially with no buffs or no help pretty much. And it looks like we're going to clock at 107. So that's not bad. 1 minute, 7 seconds to take down the Guardian with the Gauss minigun. Now, I don't want to count out the OG. I can't count them out because we're going to be running it the same way. Remember, it has all the same mods as the Gauss minigun. I really wanted to put these two side by side comparison to really see how well it works. Once again, no food, no chems, no bobbleheads, no magazines, no buff at all, straight raw. No teams. So everything that we're doing is a straight up build pretty much to see how well each one of these weapons performs. And I'm standing on the pipe in front of the console for each one of these. For each one of these rounds, we're going to go ahead and use bullet shield again. As you can see, like I said in the adventure server, the Guardian shield system likes to be temperamental. It's not going down as fast before, so we actually might lose a couple seconds with the Gatling plasma on this round. But I guarantee we're still going to be able to solo the Guardian no matter what. All right, we're going to go ahead and crouch and just let the Guardian have it. Hold steady on the torso. I mean, look, we're still getting pretty good numbers. This is why I say, don't count the Gatling plasma out. If you do not have a Gauss minigun, or you're struggling to get a Gauss minigun, and you still have this Gatling plasma, look, we were just hitting over 3k damage with no buffs, and we just clocked at 1 minute and 15 seconds. I mean, come on, everybody. You still got to give it up to the Gatling plasma. It is still the OG, but it looks like the Gauss minigun is going to take this round and be the bigger dog of the heavy gunners in Fallout 76 with the new season. But that's all good. It's all good because, look, I just really wanted to show everyone a side-by-side comparison. And I think this is a pretty good comparison, especially when you're running the same mods, you know, with each weapon and using the same exact perk card setup, you know, not changing anything to benefit any of this stuff. So I really think it's a great setup. And we're just going to go ahead and check out our armor. And this is the armor that I am running, which is a full set of Vulcan with a full set of troubleshooters, a full set of intelligence, and a full set of rangers. This is pretty much my go-to armor setup for the raids and pretty much anything. I mean, I have a separate armor for the snake, but this is pretty much my full setup that I use strictly for almost everything in the raid. So I highly recommend this setup. Also, as you can see here is our special effects. I mean, the only thing we got going for us is Bullet Storm. That's the only real benefit that I have in this entire setup. And as we start moving down the list, you can see, look, I have popcorn for a negative 25% hunger and thirst. That's it. And we're going to be getting benefits from fully fed, fully hydrated. That's it. So you can see there is no buffs being used in this build at all. It is just a straight up build, because I was getting a lot of like grief from people saying you got to use all these chems, all these buffs, magazines, bobbleheads, all this stuff to make your builds work. And it's actually, no, you don't. You can actually go in straight up raw, just like I showed you. And these are all the numbers in my special. If you want to go ahead and copy this down, if you're interested in doing this build. And here's all the perk cards that I have for both weapons. It's the same setup. So Bullet Storm, tightly wound, lock and loaded, easy target, and bringing the big guns and strength. Having Bullet Shield on an endurance, stabilized on an intelligence, covert operative on in agility, and one gun army on in luck. And then you can just go ahead and put the rest of like the onslaught stacks on there and anything else that you really truly like, especially in perception. But we weren't even using VATS. So all of these like VATS perk cards that you're seeing on here were practically useless because we never went into VATS at all, because I really wanted to just see the raw power of these weapons in just a straight up build. Now for legendary perk cards, I do have endurance and follow through. Follow through was the only beneficial card that we were actually getting damage from because we were crouching. So if you want that extra damage from crouching, you know, with the sneak damage, definitely have on follow through if you have it unlocked. Intelligence, taking one for the team is on, but we were not on a team. I wasn't even on my own team. I was straight up solo. No one with me, no team of my own. So we weren't getting any benefits from this perk card either. And also strength and perception. So there you have it. There is my straight up comparison between the Gauss minigun and the Gatling plasma, because I really wanted to bring both of those weapons together for this new season and kind of put everything to rest about which one is greater. And honestly, yes, the Gauss minigun is edging out the Gatling plasma in this new season, but do not put the Gatling plasma to rest. It is still a very good weapon to use. So With all that said, I hope everyone enjoyed the video of me showing everything with no Kims, no buffs, no nothing, no team. And I hope everyone can go out and try this build and make it work for themselves, especially if you're having trouble getting that Gauss minigun. Still keep that Gatling plasma at hand. As always, please remember to hit that like, hit that subscribe, and I hope to see everyone back here for the next video and everyone out there in Fallout 76.